It's Saturday morning, so number is less, but still you have come. Thank you for coming and attending this session. I'm I it's good. Okay. I am Biswajit Jha. I am a former journalist turned social worker and writer. I write I have written two books. My first book is this book about this extraordinary man, and my second book will soon come. It's a fiction, a transformational journey of a man who got transformed in Bhutan. So I go to teach in a college in Bhutan. So I have had this wonderful opportunity to interact with the people of Bhutan and to know about their happiness model. It's not out of context, because to be happy, you have to be you have to work for others. What I saw in this man when I met him, actually, I found that he is the most happiest person I have ever met. So then I went to Bhutan and stayed there. I taught the students there, talked to the people there, and I found that happiness model Bhutan is talking about, actually it's like when you think about others, when you serve for the others, you will be happy. And when you think about only yourself, your family, you will naturally be tensed. No. So, like, getting happiness is like when you think for the others. Karimul Haq, when I met him, I quit journalism and quit my job in 2014, then went back to my roots, started my own social work and some other projects. But initially, you know that quitting job is not easy. And initially, I was facing a lot of difficulties. Then I met Karimul Haq. When I met him, I found him that a social worker, he is a gem of a person. Because I found that a person who earns just 100 rupees a day can work so much for the people. I felt that my problem was less in front of him. And this is the best thing about this book. About this book is that when you read this book, you will feel that when he can do this kind of work, he can undertake such an enormous journey. So we are all blessed to do much more. This is the first lesson I learned from him. And then he was awarded Padma Shri. And then I thought that his stories should be read by people all over the world. That's how I decided to write this story. I am thankful to the Penguin, and now Mathrubhumi has also translated this book in Malayali. And I am really grateful to them that they have come up with these books. They have published this book so that people can read their stories of this great man, and they can also undertake their dreams. Because I know that everyone wants to do something for others, but we think that our problems, we have this problem, and we have so much obligations. My son is I have to take care of my family, my son, my daughter. But despite that we all can do wonders. So this is the thing. And the second thing is that I also was educated in a Bengali medium school in West Bengal. I started to learn English from class 9. Before that, I couldn't understand anything in English. And then in 2000, I wanted to learn English, but there was no English teacher in my village. So my father asked the teacher to teach me in English, but he rejected. My father came very dejected And I promised him that one day I will learn English and show the world that I can also learn. And anyone can learn if he or she wishes. So I first saw an English newspaper when I was in class 11. I read an English book when I was in graduation. So, but I worked very hard, and after 8 years of first having a newspaper in my hand, after 8 years I worked in an English newspaper. And then I wrote this book. I am very lucky. And then when I was like working in Delhi for 10 years, I had everything. I bought flat, car, everything. But I was working as a sports editor of znews.com. But then something occurred to me. I don't know, that was the call I was getting from inside, from within. I thought that I am to enjoying my life. But what about my fellow villagers like me who are struggling? So I felt the need to work for them. That's why I came back. I talked to my wife. She was also teaching in a college. I talked to her. She was initially reluctant, but then told me that it's okay when you are planning and thinking big. So we decided to quit our job, came back to our roots, and I think that initially I also struggled, but when I started working for the others, I thought my problem got reduced, and then I met this man, found that his problem is much bigger than me, and I started working with him. That's how I am here. I will say that this book will give you hope, lot of hope, because he has faced many setbacks in his lives. His daughter died. His grandson had blood cancer. He has several health issues in his heart ailment and in his eyes also. And that financial problem is also there, always there. He was just a tea garden laborer earning 3,000 rupees per month. But despite that, when he lost his mother, because there was no ambulance in the village, it is pretty common. We would have thought that it's okay. In India, back in 95, many people would have thought that this okay. But he took it as a challenge. He thought that I have to change it, and he changed it. He found that purchasing or buying an ambulance was difficult. Then one day he took one of his fellow laborers to the hospital when he fell ill. Then he thought that bike can be used as an ambulance. So he made his ambulance as a bike as an ambulance, and then he saved several people's life. So in Karimul, we will see that setback is nothing. You don't have to be an extraordinary person to do extraordinary thing. You can be a very common man. You can be a very general, among the general people, and you still can undertake such a wonderful journey. So his life shows that setback is nothing. When you want to achieve anything, you can achieve anything. When you want to do anything, you can do anything. And the other part I liked about his life is that he never thought that government should do it, other organizations should do it. We think the government is not doing it. Government is not doing that. He took it on himself that I have to change it. Whatever the government will do. But it is my responsibility to change the fortune of my villagers, to change the fortune of my society. That's what we really learn from his life. And the third part is that he is so foolish. Sometimes you should be foolish. I think that when I went to Delhi to do job in an English newspaper, that time I couldn't speak a single line. So now when I look back, I think that I took that journey because I was foolish, but ultimately I got the job. So same here, he never thought about like any laurels, any like achievements, any awards. Even when he got call from Rashtrapati Bhavan about his Padma Award, he thought that he cut the call because he thought that someone like saying that someone is ill whose name is Padma. So when they called him and told him that you are getting Padma Shri award, so he thought that he told them that bring the patient, I will take her to hospital. So and he told me several times, I was not aware about this Padma award. I didn't know anything that there is some award. So we all say na, fools rush in when angels fear to tread. It is in negative connotation, but sometimes you need to be fool. If you know everything, then you will work and you will expect that some awards will come for you. But when you don't know anything about this world, you just work. You see the main point and you see the problem and try to solve that problem. And he exactly did it. So sometimes you need to be very foolish to achieve bigger things in life. Apart from that, I will ask Karimul Da, he will speak in Hindi. You please see, listen from him that how he undertook the journey, when his mother died, what exactly he felt. So Karimul Da, তুমি বলো যে তোমার যখন মা মারা গেল, এক্স্যাক্টলি তোমার কি মনে হতো, ভেতরে কি ফিলিং হতো, what he exactly felt at that time.
जब मेरा माँ रात 12 बजे हार्ट अटैक हो गया, तो मैंने कोई जगह में गाड़ी ढूंढा, गाड़ी नहीं मिला, और हम लोग गरीब, बहुत गरीब था, अभी गरीब हूँ मैं, तो गाड़ी नहीं मिला। 4 बजे रात 4 बजे सुबह हो लगा है, माँ चला गया। तो मैं वही दिन कसम खा लिया है कि माँ किसी को, गांव वालों को मरने नहीं दूंगा बिना इलाज से। तो मेरे चाय बागान में एक बंदा काम करता था, वो अचानक गिर गया, तो उसको मैं मैनेजर को बोला जो आपका सर मोटरसाइकिल दीजिए, उनको हॉस्पिटल भेजना है। उसको मैं मोटरसाइकिल में बैठाया, पीछे बांध दिया है। बांध देने का बाद उसको लेके गया मैं जलपाईगुड़ी हॉस्पिटल। 4 दिन का बाद वो चलाया तो मेरा दिमाग खुल गया, एक मोटरसाइकिल होने से भी एम्बुलेंस की भी काम कर सकता है। तो वही दिन से मैं रात में सोचा, तो माँ का जब कसम खा लिया है, तो एक मोटरसाइकिल लोन करके मैं लिया है। वो लोन करने के बाद मैं गाड़ी जब घर में लाया, मेरे बीवी खुश हो गया है जो तुम मोटरसाइकिल लिया है, हम लोग गरीब आदमी तो मोटरसाइकिल क्या करेगा। तो मैंने बोला जो क्या करता हूँ देखो तुम। तो मैं राते में उसको एक बंदा के पास गया जो हम टीना में तुम्हें यहाँ बाइक एम्बुलेंस ले दो। वो इंग्लिश से लेख के दिया है बाइक एम्बुलेंस, और सामने भी लेके दिया है बाइक एम्बुलेंस। तो सुबह में गया, एक औरत दुकान करता था, तो उसके पास गया, वो हंसने लगा जी क्या ये बाइक, ये कैसे एम्बुलेंस होगा, क्या होगा। तो मैं ऐसे चलाया घर में। शाम में क्या, तो वहाँ तो इतना लेटरिन हम लोग का घर में नहीं था, मैदान बाहर में जाता था औरत लोग, तो वहाँ जाके वह उसको सांप काट लिया है वही दिन। तब उनका हस्बैंड आया मेरा पास, बोले तुम तो मोटरसाइकिल किना है, हम बीबी को लेके जाने पड़ेगा, सांप काट दिया। तो मेरे भी बहुत इंटरेस्ट था, मैं चला गया उसके पास, उसको बीबी को बीच में बैठाया और उसको हस्बैंड के पीछे में हम 3 आदमी जाके हॉस्पिटल में पहुंचा दिया। 4 दिन 5 दिन बाद वो भी चलाया। वो आके बोलते हैं भैया ये गाड़ी देख के मैं हंसा था, अरे ये गाड़ी मेरा जान बचाया। तो वही दिन से अभी तक मेरा गाड़ी मोटरसाइकिल के काम चलता है। 6,500 से ज़्यादा मैं अभी तक पेशेंट में हॉस्पिटल पहुंचा दिया है। मेरे सबसे बड़ा काम है इंसान को सेवा करना, सबसे बड़ा धर्म होता है, इससे बड़ा धर्म नहीं होता है। तो मेरे माँ चला गया और कोई माँ मेरे सिर्फ नहीं, मेरे देख माँ का आशीर्वाद से अभी जो काम मैं करता हूँ, मैं इंसान को सेवा करता हूँ। कोई जात, हिंदू, मुस्लिम, क्रिश्चियन, बौद्ध मेरा पास नहीं है। मेरे पास है एक इंसान है, इंसान को सेवा करना सबसे बड़ा धर्म होता है। ये मैं करते करते सार तो किताब लिखा हुआ है, तो बहुत मंच में मेरे को लेके जाता है। तो थोड़े थोड़े पैसा देता है, डोनेट पैसा देता है। 1.5 लाख रुपया एक दिन गिना है बक्सों में, तो 1.5 लाख रुपया हो गया। तो मेरे घर में एक बंदा का पतला पैखाना बोले कि
लूज मोशन, हैड ए लूज मोशन,
हाँ उसका हो गया। तो मैं सलाइन देता रहा उसका। तो एक मारवाड़ी बहू आया, उसको बहू को लेके, 2 बहू को लेके आके देखता है क्या कर रहे हैं, वो दूर से देखता था। तो मेरा नाती लोग इधर उधर खेलता था। तो उसको सलाइन जब कंप्लीट हो गया, उसको मैं अच्छा करके एक जगह में सुवा दिया। तो मैडम को बैठाया, मैडम बोलता है देखो करीमुल जी, आप समाज सेवा काम करते हैं ठीक है, तेरा नाती पोता घूमता है, बीमारी अलग होता है, आदमी अलग होता है, आदमी अपना है, बीमारी लेकिन दूसरा है। तो मैं और आपको मैं 2 लाख रुपया देता हूँ, आप बाहर में एक घर बना लीजिए। तो मैंने सोचा हुआ अगर 2 लाख मेरे 1.5 लाख तो एक ठो मकान हो जाएगा। तो मैं किसी तरीका एक ठो मकान बनाने के लिए मैं मिस्त्री को बुलाया। मिस्त्री बोलता नहीं तुम छोटा मकान चिंता मत करो, बड़ा करो। तो मैंने सोचा कि ठीक है। तो अभी मैं उसको बनाने के लिए तैयार किया। अभी मेरे हॉस्पिटल में जो हुआ है, अभी टिक्चर खड़ा है, कम चलता है, तो 2 करोड़ रुपया का हॉस्पिटल जैसा बना दिया है आदमी का डोनेट के पैसा से। सबसे बड़ा दिन। मैं पढ़ाई नहीं किया, मैं बहुत चलने फिरने का दिक्कत आते हैं, अमेरिका से, घाना से, स्कॉटलैंड से फ़ोन कर रहे हैं, क्या बात बोलते हैं मेरा मालूम नहीं आते हैं। मैं बहुत मन में दुख लगा, इसीलिए मैं हम लोग के टी गार्डन है, लेबर लोग पढ़ता नहीं, चाय बागान के लेबर लोग बच्चा लोग। तो मैं 8 स्कूल अभी तक मैं डोनेट स्कूल खुला, 8 स्कूल 250 बच्चा पढ़ रहे हैं वहाँ। तो मेरे वहाँ अमेरिका से एक पानी का प्लान है, बैठा दिया है घर पे, गांव वालों पीता है, वो पानी पीने से पेट ठीक रहते हैं, सफा सुफा रहते हैं, वो फ्री में चलते हैं। कुछ आदमी है, बुढ़ा बुढ़ी है, उनका बच्चा हुआ कि हुआ नहीं ये मालूम नहीं है, ज़्यादा उम्र हो गया, वो लोग को खाना पीना नहीं कोई नहीं देता है। तो मैं ऐसे 14-15 ऐसा आदमी है, वो लोग बाहर से मैं खाना पीना मांग के वो लोग को मैं खाना देता हूँ। अभी मेरे घर में टाइकेंडो स्कूल है, टाइकेंडो क्रेडे जैसे खेलता है, वो बच्चा लोग को मैं ट्रेनिंग दिया। स्कॉटलैंड से गोल्ड आया, कोरिया से हांग वांग सार भी दिया गोल्ड। ये भी मैं करता हूँ। क्यों? जितना पैसा आदमी मेरे को डोनेट देता है और वो पैसा से मैं समाज सेवा काम करता हूँ। मेरे क्यों एक भारतीय नागरिक हूँ मैं ये सोचा ये काम करने के लिए पढ़ाई का ट्रेनिंग नहीं होता है, कोई ट्रेनिंग नहीं होगा, कोई पढ़ाई दिल का मामला है। ये एक इंसान को सेवा करना सबसे बड़ा धर्मता है। तो मेरे पास आते कुछ लड़का लोग ऐसा हो गया, हम लोग का देश में इतना पढ़ाई किया, इतना पढ़ाई किया, माँ एक माँ कितना कष्ट करके उसका लालन पालन किया, उसका अच्छा किया, पढ़ाई किया। पापा मछली नहीं किना, मछली नहीं किन के उनको ट्यूशनी का पैसा दिया, उसका गाड़ी फेयर दिया। लेकिन अभी इतना पढ़ाई किया, शादी कर लिया, अरे ऐसी गाड़ी में घूमता है, ऐसी घर में सोता है। वो लोग का घर में कुत्ता के लिए जगह होता है, बिल्ली के लिए जगह होता है, और माँ पापा के लिए वृद्धाश्रम होता है। ये कौन से धर्म है भाई? जितने भी हिंदू मुस्लिम क्रिश्चियन बौद्ध एक ही बात है, विद्यांग सर्वत्र गुच्छोते, माता पिता सर्वत्र पूज्योते, नाम जग्गई सर्वत्र सत्य, देव देवता सर्वशक्ति रूपे नमस्ते शिवम नमः नमः शांति। जब तक माँ पापा को सेवा नहीं करेगा, आज माँ मेरा ध्यान हो गया, मेरा पापा नहीं है, उनका नाम लेके मैं चलता हूँ, आज इतना सम्मान दिया है, लेकिन मैं जो बोलता हूँ सब करता हूँ। कोई नेता मंत्री को डरता नहीं मैं। पीएम जी खुद प्रधानमंत्री मेरे को बुलाया, मैं नहीं जाएगा, मैं नहीं, मेरे बहुत काम है, अब जाने नहीं पाऊँगा। खुद इनके पास लेटर है, लेकिन काम करता हूँ। लेकिन काम देख के ना मस्त पहचानता है। इसीलिए मेरे कहना है इंसान को सेवा करो, सबसे बड़ा धर्म होता है, इससे बड़ा धर्म नहीं होता है। आज जो काम करता हूँ मैं गांव में, लिखा पढ़ा नहीं है, लेकिन आदमी का डोनेट से मैं चलता हूँ। मैं पियोन तरीके काम करता हूँ, एक चीज़ आप देता है वो दूसरा को मैं देता हूँ, ये काम है। मेरे अपना घर झुपड़ी का घर है, अभी तक मेरे 2 बेटा है, काम करते हैं, और गांव का आदमी काम करता है, सब किताब में लिखा गया है और बहुत कुछ चलता है। तो मेरी एक ही विनती है, देश की इंसान को सेवा करो, सबसे बड़ा धर्म होता है ये। इससे धर्म नहीं होगा। माँ पापा को सेवा करो, शिक्षा गुरु को सेवा करो, डॉक्टर को सेवा करो, सबसे बड़ा धर्म ये होगा। अपने कितने खाएगा? एक हाथी, अब लोग के यहाँ हाथी है 2 कुंटल खाता है, वो चिंता नहीं करते, उनका बच्चा होते जाता है। और इंसान इतना खाएगा, उससे 4 लोग को मर्डर करके खाता है, खून खराबी करके खाता है। ये क्या है भाई? हम दुनिया छोड़ के चले जाएंगे, नफरत की दुनिया छोड़ के प्यार की दुनिया तो जाना ही पड़ेगा। ये क्या है? ये यात्रा मंच है। अभी मेरे पद्मावड़ी अब जब मैं ध्यान हो जाएगा बॉडी आया भाई, बॉडी आया नहीं, पद्मा टाइटल चेंज कर देगा। दुनिया में कुछ नहीं है, ये यात्रा मंच है। आप जो पढ़ाई किया है, डॉक्टर पढ़ाई किया है, टीचर लोग आपको रूप देख के नंबर नहीं दिया। ये डॉक्टर बैठा है, डॉक्टर जब थेटिस को पकड़ता है ना, आपको रूप देख के दवाई नहीं देगा, गुण देखेगा, बीमारी देखेगा, उस तरह ना। तो सबसे बड़ा धर्म हदत है इंसान को सेवा करना, देश को सेवा करना, ये हम लोग का काम है। और एक जात को मैं माथा सिर में रखता हूँ। दुनिया में बहुत जात पात होता है, और वो जात नहीं होने से मैं यहाँ बैठता नहीं था। क्यों? पार्लियामेंट में तिरंगा जैसे लहराते हैं, वो जात का जब सिर ऊंचा करके घूमे अकेले, तब बोले कि उन लोग के लिए देश स्वाधीन हुआ। वो लोग के लिए देश अभी स्वाधीन हुआ नहीं। वो नारी जात, माँ का जात सामने में बैठा है। वो लोग बहुत सम्मानीय जात है। उन लोग को थोड़ा हम लोग को देखभाल करने के लिए जिम्मेदारी हम लोग, अभी तो वो लोग को बॉडीगार्ड लेके घूमने पड़ता है। हम लोग ऐसा देश हुआ अभी। तो मेरे कहना है नारी जात को सम्मान देने होगा। देश में सम्मान कैसे रहेगा, ऊंचा रहेगा, नाम कैसे रहेगा, उससे लेखा पढ़ी करो, डॉक्टर बनो, इंजीनियर बनो, साइंटिस्ट बनो। मुझे मंदिर मस्जिद नहीं चाहिए, तो मस्जिद चाहिए, शिक्षा मस्जिद चाहिए, हॉस्पिटल, इसे मेरे हम लोग को चाहिए। मंदिर मस्जिद तो अंदर में है ना, बाहर में रहने से कोई बात नहीं है। सबसे बड़ा धर्म होता है इंसान को सेवा करना, देश को मान्यता देना। जो लोग देश स्वाधीन करके चला गया उनका नाम हम लोग याद लेता ही नहीं। मैं बहुत जगह में देखा हूँ, कोई के नेता मंत्री अपने कोई तेरे लंगे के कौन उठाएगा, ऐसे ऐसे टानता है, कमरा का तरफ देखता है। ऐसे नहीं चाहिए। हम लोग को चाहिए अच्छा शिक्षा, अच्छा वाला साइंटिस्ट बनो, डॉक्टर बनो, इंजीनियर बनो। किसी आसपास पड़ोसी देश में हम लोग नहीं जाएंगे मांगने के लिए। भारत ऐसा चीज़ है। स्वामी विवेकानंद बोला ना, जो जन्म हुआ कुछ दाग कट के जाने पड़ेगा। ऐसा मत कोई दाग कटिए। देश में नानान जात नानान पार्टी हो सकता है, कि किसके अमल में कितना मर्डर हुआ, कितना खून हुआ, ऐसा दाग काटिए। स्वामी विवेकानंद बोला जो कुछ दाग ऐसा काटिए जो छोटा छोटा बच्चा लोग कुछ सीखे, कुछ देखे, सिर ऊंचा करके चले। यही मेरे बात।
Thank you, Karimul. He may not be that kind of speaker, but he whatever he like talks, he speaks from his heart, and basically, formally he is not educated, but he is educated. He is educated because Leo Tolstoy once said that when you feel the pain, you are alive, and when you feel other people's pain, you are human being. So he is human being, and I think that in our country during the time of pandemic, this coronavirus, we have seen this. I to sometimes wonder that with this kind of population, we stopped our work for nearly 4 months. But how did this, like so many poor people survive? Because of this humanity which still exists in India, because of that, many poor people survived. So I am very hopeful that in India, lots of youngsters are also coming up. They are doing very good work. They are getting inspiration from this kind of men. And I think that there was a time when we used to follow politicians, but because of the role of the politicians, they have ceased to become role models anymore. So in their place, these people like Karimul Haq, people like him who are doing wonderful work, and I am thankful to this government also. They have given Padma Shri award to people like Karimul. It's happening first time in India. So earlier Padma Shri award used to go to the celebrities, but under this government that they have identified these ground level workers like Karimul Haq, like many other people. We have another Padma Shri in West Bengal. She was a vegetable seller, and she also built a hospital. So this kind of people are getting identified and getting like rewarded. It's a very good sign. Who they work like away from the media glare. They work away very in small cities, small towns, and social media also these days plays a very important role in bringing these people to the limelight. So I am very hopeful that that India will shine, not because of the politicians but because of the people like Karimulda. And I also can humbly tell that I also run several tribal schools. I sponsor several girl children, underprivileged girl children in my locality. I run a football academy for my village kids. From there, one player, Manoj Muhammad, he is playing for Hyderabad FC, the ISL champion, last year's champion team. So I have also learned from Karimulda. I have also got benefited by working with him, and actually I had a plan, that's why I quit, but he changed my perspective to life. When I feel any trouble, when I face any trouble, I think that when Karimulda can do so many things despite being from a very humble background, so we are all blessed, we are all privileged to do wonders. So don't think that I am not capable of doing this. I have so many other issues in life. Think that when he can do, being a laborer, we all can do. This is my lesson from him, and that's what I like tried to write in this book. That never think that you are handicapped by anything. You are free, and there is one life. He told already that this is a like this one life is a temporary life. You never know that tomorrow may come or may not come. You may survive or may not survive. So today is important. So what you have to do today. Don't think that tomorrow will come. You never know that your father will fall ill. You never know your son will fall ill. You never know you will be able to walk. You will be able to talk. You never know. So tomorrow, don't wait for tomorrow. Whatever you have to do, don't think that let me get little rich, let me have money first, and then I will donate to somebody. Don't think so. Whatever you have to do, you have to do today, because tomorrow never comes. So this is my lesson, and to tell you the truth, before writing this book and after I have written this book, I am a changed person. So I will hope that whenever you will read the book, before reading the book and after reading the book, you will remain two different persons. So I will request you all to read the book and learn his life and take lessons from his life. Oh, and another thing, that this we are very fortunate. This book will soon turn into a proper Bollywood movie. Karim Murani is the producer. We have signed the deal. So probably this year or early next year, you will see this book turn into a movie also. And I think that when there will be this book will be a movie, then actually more people will be able, because many people don't read. So but film is such a medium, it will transcend barriers, and it will have that power to reach more people. So hopefully you will see the film also. So I would like you to come up with some questions so that I or Karimulda both can answer. If you have any question regarding the book or regarding anything regarding life itself. Yes.
Hi, thank you so much for your work, sir. What kind of first aid does he provide as part of the ambulance, and has he got any training? Like, does ASHA workers, do local hospitals, do they help him in any way with his work?
No. He does on his own. It is completely his own initiative. His work is to, when he learns about anyone that he has fallen ill, and he goes to his place or her place and take the patients to the hospital. This is only his role, and then government hospital does the rest of the thing. He many doctors have also helped him. Like they have initially, suppose There are many benevolent doctors also, and the first doctor who was posted in his like local hospital, he was his inspiration. He died, and very unfortunately you will find in the book that the very person who inspired him to undertake the journey, and who always inspired him to helped him with many like petrol and all, he died on the very day in a road accident, on the very day when it was announced that he will get Padma Shri. So it was, or that day is like his most memorable day, for positive reason and for negative reason. So many doctors helped him personally, not from government side. Government side, though, he got Padma Shri. Then Bajaj actually gave him a typical bike ambulance, customized bike ambulance. Earlier he used to use his own normal motorcycle. He used to tie the patients with a like piece of clothes, and then take him or her to the hospital. But then Bajaj, they came up. They ran a campaign. Actually, I think that campaign helped him to get recognition. That campaign, that Bajaj V campaign, they launched this campaign. At that campaign, when they gave the, not only gave the ambulance, they came up with a beautiful documentary on him, and that documentary actually helped him to get recognition and get this award. So, but the basic point is that you have to work. We all have to work. You never know who will see it. You never know who will, but don't bother about like anyone has given you back or something, because those people who work, they work for their reasons. They work to change the society. They work that they feel bad from inside. There are many people who work to show off, to work to show people that they are working, but the people who are actually working because they feel disturbed when they see something bad happening in the society, or they see that something is not being like done properly, or there is no facility. So they come up and they start working for changing that particular thing.
After seeing his model, have others started bike ambulances?
Yes, some social organization have also come, and they started bike ambulance service. Recently, DRDO, the government, DRDO has launched bike ambulance in Chhattisgarh and Orissa. There are some Maoist affected areas, so they can't use the proper ambulance. So landmines were there. So they came to his house, learned about the nitty-gritty of making the bike ambulance. They have launched bike ambulance as they are like in those Maoist affected area.
Thank you.
What was the impact of the pandemic on his job? Was there any change?
No, he though, we were all like, I though used to keep telling him that please take precaution. He though was not very keen on taking vaccine also. He used to go to the like many people. He used to like carry the affected people also. He used to like like one old lady died, and nobody was going to her place, old and unprivileged lady, and he was the one who went. So he doesn't like, these people are like this, they don't like, they don't have fear of death. We are the normal people, we fear of death, we have this fear of death, but he doesn't have. And I kept telling him that please take care of your health. So he kept telling me that you are the people who are darpok, and that's why you will have corona, I won't have corona. And we had corona, he didn't have, or he had, he couldn't understand. So he did his work during, because these are the times, na, like these are the times, pandemic was the time to work. Those people who actually wanted to work and who worked for like for others, those who wanted to work for others, they worked during corona only. We all worked during corona.
I asked because I'm a doctor and I'm working in medical college. with
Yes,
all
yes,
these
you
work
people don't
experience.
know. You people know. You people are the one who worked very hard without taking, like, without thinking about your own life, your family, and that's we are hats off to you people that we survived this tremendous, this time because of this of your people of this healthcare segment.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you for the wonderful talk. Okay, I just want to ask, like, Padma Shri Award is it's a huge recognition that your life will never be the same. It will change rapidly. So, after the award and before the award, how the award thing changed his mentality, his travel,
No.
his
He's a
perspective?
very different person. One thing has changed, that he is getting lot of like invitations to inaugurate like club or something like that. I am not happy with that, but he has a problem with it. He also feels disturbed. He also feels disturbed that he is like not getting enough time to work. But the thing is that he is such a man, na, he feels that if he says no to the people, that then what will happen, that they will think that he has got like a vanity after getting the award. This is his only concern. He can't say no. But yes, his work is getting little bit affected. I am worried about that. But another problem, I told him that say no to like those which are not that kind of important programs. But he says that people will think that I have got Padma Shri, and that's why I have got this kind of, I am not the same person. But by naturally he is such a man. He is very fun loving. He has got a tremendous sense of humor, and he always like makes fun of like fun with people. I keep visiting his village, and whenever he is like same person how he used to like talk with his like kins and neighbors. He does the same thing. I sometimes tell him that please change yourself, because something now you are under media glare, you can't say this, you can't say this. But he is like that whatever will happen, I will remain the same person.
Hi, sir. Being a journalist yourself, sir.
Yeah.
So, being a journalist and writer yourself, sir, how do you look at the role of such writings or the media in order to bring up such stories like Dada, and how we can show them to the global masses so that people can know more about them? And you have been mentioning that Padma Shri awards are used to be given to celebrities, and now they have been started giving it to the more ground level workers. So how do you look at the role of media or writers in this field?
No, media has a role. We sometimes we criticize many things. Whenever there is bad thing, we criticize. Media has a role. I am from from media. That's why I know sometimes we are responsible. We want to see or read something which are then media, especially electronic media or digital media. You can see the hits, the number, the viewership. So when they see that one crab story is like some celebrity like celebrity has a son and who is doing something, and that news is read or viewed by many people, then media, like people and media, they have to earn that revenue also, na, you have to understand. But we are the one who sees who see those things more. The fault is not with media only. Media has a fault, but we have also at fault, because we are the one who see those. If you stop seeing those, media won't highlight those things. The crab reels and all the entertainment funny stuff we see. That's why media run. If we start seeing good things, then media will be like, media is driven by revenue, because sometimes you have to work, you have to run some stories. But in newspaper there was a challenge of like constraint of news space. But in digital media, like everything you can run like 1000 stories per day. So it is up to the audience, up to the viewers, which story you will see. And it is because of media that Karimulda is here. It's because they highlighted his role, they highlighted my work also, and being a like I am from media, so I can tell you that media, if I think that we are the ones who want to see certain things. That's why media run. If we stop seeing those things, start seeing only positive stories, but life is not like that only. Sometimes we want to relax also. So every time from the morning to the night, you won't be able to see like that only that inspirational things. Sometimes you feel relaxed, you want to relax. But I think media has a role, and writing on these people are coming up, because this young generation, they want to know about this kind of men, and that's why this book is doing well, and they are coming up with this office film also, and other film, Super 30 you saw. So this kind of films are coming. But life is not always like inspiration from the morning to, you need to relax sometimes. So need sometimes funny stories, crap stories you also need in life. So I don't think media is at fault. If anyone is at fault, it is we.
So how did you get to know about him, and how did you reach the decision that you should write a book
Yes,
about
yes, a
him?
very interesting question. That I again, media is responsible for that. And I saw a story. He is from my same district, but we are like 100 kilometers away from my home. So when I went back to my home, like went back from Delhi to my village and started working for my villagers, and then I started this football academy for the underprivileged kids. That time, and you know that after quitting job, I was struggling, and then suddenly I saw a news in our local newspaper that someone is like doing this. I felt the need. I talked to a friend who is close to his home. Then he told me that she told me that come and we'll go to his house. And then I went to his house. Then I started working with him. I started helping with his other projects also. He runs 2-3 like educational project also in his village. So I started helping him with those projects. And then when he got Padma Shri, again the problem is that if you write a book on anyone, you won't get good publisher. And when you won't get good publisher, the book will, because today we are sitting here because Penguin has published it. And Penguin thinks that he has readership. So Padma Shri helped him. These all are related actually. We can't blame, because many people are reading about him because he has got this kind of media attention. He has got this kind of this award. Like had he not got that Padma Shri, nobody will read his work. So these are all connected. But I came to know about him from an English news, local Bengali newspaper. Then met him. I was impressed by his work, impressed by his nature, and he is a very jovial kind of person. He never feels dejected. My mood kept swinging, but he is the one I never saw him like. He is always in happy mood. I stayed at his home. He is a fun to be with. Your mic is not on.
Sir, how to sanction proceed to state government or local self department?
Governments didn't help much. In fact, we to say that central government has given this award, but we have this kind of little bit not very easy relationship with our central government and state government. So central government has given his award. I think the highest award is the Bangaratno in Bengal. He has not got that. but he has like it is I who is saying, but he has not that kind of like ill feeling also. Whenever they call him for any program or during Corona, our local administration, district administration sought his help for generating awareness, and he helped. He is not that kind of person. Like politicians also want him to join politics from both the sides, from Trinamool and BJP, but I to always advise him not to join, and he is like that. He says me that I won't join politics because he thinks that politics in Bengal, the politics and violence are very closely connected. So he keeps telling about that violence, the death and murder in politics, and that youth should remain abstain from this. They should concentrate on doing better work in life rather than doing this petty politics and hurting one another. This is how he thinks. All is written in the book, and he is very like he is some communal people of his community. He belongs to Muslim community. They also don't like him because he is not like any. He does work for everyone. He goes to mandir. He goes to every. So he tells me that he told earlier also that he tells me that it is the biggest service to Allah is to serve people. You may go to Hajj and you still do a crime. So he thinks that ultimately the biggest service to the Allah or God or Bhagavan, whatever you say, is to serve humanity. And I think that this is the main message of any religion which has been we actually changed it in our to suit our own politics or suit our own advantage. So he is very secular. He went to my house. My father was chanting a prayer. He also did like this. So he is like kind of, and this is the actually true nature of India. And most of the thing that what we find in our society, that most of the communities are together peacefully. There are incidents which we highlight basically. Those are the incidents which we highlight. But most of the people are staying coolly with each other. We all have friends from different religion. We don't have any issue. Any more question?
Hi, sir. So, thanks for the great sessions. So, I would like to get some information from Karimul sir. So, how he is looking after the health sector in Kerala? Do we have any comment or any good or any bad things, or how he is looking after the health sectors in Kerala?
Actually, what I think that Karimullah doesn't know about Kerala. Yes.
Okay.
So if he says something, it will not be appropriate.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know. First time he is coming. He is not that well-read person also.
So have he heard anything about Kerala and health sector? Anything?
I don't think so.
Can
It's the
you
first time.
Can you ask him?
Karimullah, Kerala's health sector নিয়ে তোমার কোনো idea আছে?
केरला के बारे में मेरा कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन हेल्थ सेक्टर मेरे कहना है, हेल्थ सेक्टर से सबसे बड़ा काम होता है हम लोग का वहाँ जैसे पंचायत एरिया में, मैंने खुद जाके बोल रहा हूँ, जो एक पंचायत में हो सकता है वो गवर्नमेंट एक बाइक एम्बुलेंस बना के दे रहे हैं, मालूम होता है तुरंत कैसे ले जाएगा। देखिए गर्भवती माँ उन लोग के लिए गाड़ी है, 4 चक्का वाला गाड़ी है, लेकिन तुरंत ट्रीटमेंट करने जैसे कॉलेज स्कूल में मैं खुद जाके जब मेरे को लेके जाता है, जो एक कॉलेज में फर्स्ट एड कम से कम करना चाहिए। फर्स्ट एड इमरजेंसी के लिए रोड में एक्सीडेंट हो सकता है, कोई बच्चा बीमारी में गिर जाता है, वो हो सकता है, तो टीचर लोग तो एक तो शिक्षित तो है ना, वो लोग तो मेडिसिन का मारी में भी जानता है, कोई बीपी मापने का, शुगर मापने का, आज डिजिटल मिल गया। तो ऐसे स्कूल में, कॉलेज में, हर एक जगह में अगर ऐसा ट्रीटमेंट के बारे में करेगा तो हॉस्पिटल जो बड़ा है शहर में रहते हैं उन लोग थोड़ा नहीं जाने के भी चलेगा थोड़े बीमारी के लिए, क्यों हम लोग थोड़ा बीमारी के लिए तुरंत शहर में लेके जाते हैं। देखिए उसके कोई प्रेशर, शुगर और उनका कोई बुखार भी ऐसा हो सकता है, तो हम लोग तुरंत लेके जाता है बड़ा हॉस्पिटल में। लेकिन मेरे कहना है फर्स्ट एड कम से कम 2 घंटा 4 घंटा कि 24 घंटा के लिए ये फर्स्ट एड इधर करके देखो, तब उनका बाद अच्छा वाला डॉक्टर के पास लेके जाना चाहिए। तो ये केरला के बारे में मेरा इतना याद नहीं है कैसा ये ट्रीटमेंट चल रहा है मेरे, पहले फर्स्ट में
Actually, he wants that the first aid facility should be there in that local community, among the local community, so that when that every patient you don't need to take to the hospital. If you have that first aid community center kind of thing, local club can organize this kind of thing. Bike ambulance service can organize by your like local community or local clubs. We don't like every time like we have to change the system, like we have to force that system to change, and we have to take the ownership on us first. If we take the ownership on us, then government will also think.
Thank you, sir.
बाइक एम्बुलेंस ऐसा होता है जो छोटा रास्ता में भी जा सकता है, छोटा नदी में भी जा सकता है। मैंने नॉर्मल 2 चक्का बाइक एम्बुलेंस में तो मैं 6,500 से ज़्यादा लेके गया मैंने। रोड कोई जगह जाम लग गया, कोई जगह एक गाड़ी एक्सीडेंट हो चुका, लेकिन उसमें तुरंत कैसे करके साइड देगा, 4 चक्का वाला तो रुक जाएगा। बाइक एम्बुलेंस होने से कि जो भी गर्भवती माँ को छोड़ के सब पेशेंट को ले जा सकता है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं उसमें। और फर्स्ट एड हर एक क्लब, हर एक स्कूल में रखना जरूरी है, क्योंकि तुरंत एक एम्बुलेंस नहीं मिलेगा तो फर्स्ट ट्रीटमेंट तो कम से कम उसके लिए कम होगा, यही मेरा कहना है।
So he says that basically by ambulance can go anywhere, any road. You don't need to have that cross when there is traffic jam on road. There that time also, and there is an incident in the book that he faced an traffic jam. The very first patient he was who was bitten by a snake. So he took him to on his ambulance, and that day there was jam on the road. So when he came back, he found another patient in hospital. That was also his motivation to go with the bike ambulance, because that ambulance can go anywhere and that go to any road.
सांप काटने वाला को तो तुरंत ले जाना पड़ेगा ना, और वो सुआ भी नहीं, उसको मत दीजिए कि उसको जैसे तरीका उससे ऐसा करके लपट चपट के उसको पिटने, उसको जिंदा रहना चाहिए उनको। अगर सो जाएगा तो इसीलिए बाइक एम्बुलेंस उसमें बहुत अच्छा काम है। कोई जल गया है, पड़ गया है, एक्सीडेंट हो गया है, हाँ, जो भी लड़का गांव वालों इधर उधर बेकार घूमता है, तेल पेट्रोल फोड़ता है, कोई गांव वालों किसी का बीमारी हो गया उसको लेके चलो भाई तुम्हारा थोड़ा हॉस्पिटल लेके जाता है, दूध दवाई लेके दीजिए, ये तो सेवा है और तो कोई नहीं है ना, इसी में सेवा है। सबसे सेवा करना तो बड़ा बात है। और एक तो चीज़ है क्या, मैं आदमी जितने भी एडुकेटेड होता है इतना ऊंचा में होता है, नीचे वाला आदमी को थोड़ा क्या होता है, उनको
लुक डाउन अपन करता है,
लॉकडाउन उसको बात नहीं करता है। एक ही फ्लाइट में रहते हैं, एक ही दरवाजा है, इसमें थोड़ा लग गया और या इंग्लिश में बोलता है सॉरी, और वो आदमी को जाए बोल के फैलना है उसमें है, हम नहीं जानता है ये क्या है भाई। जब मर जाता है फ्लाइट में, सैंड उठता है, गंध होता है, तब बोलता है हाँ काल में दरवाजा से जानला से देखा उनको, लेकिन पोसूर से नहीं देखा है उनको। नहीं, इनसे से बात करो, कम से कम बात करने के से तो पैसा नहीं लगता है, रिश्तेदार कम से कम रखना चाहिए, जो भी आदमी हो। अच्छा, आवेग विवेक, इंसान एक रोड में पड़ा हुआ है, उनको थोड़ा देखना चाहिए जो क्या हो, उसका क्या हुआ, कुछ हुआ क्या। देखिए जो पढ़ा, टीचर तो टीचर होता है, डॉक्टर तो डॉक्टर नहीं होता है, और क्या मांगता है वो, सबसे तो डॉक्टर होता है, टीचर तो टीचर। तो ऐसा देखिए सबसे बड़ा डॉक्टर लोग होता है, न कोई जात पाव देखता है, न कोई मजहब देखता है, न कुछ देखता है, वो लोग काम करते हैं। खून में कोई जात पात नहीं है, सिक्का में है, खेला धुला में नहीं है, ये सब मिल के हम लोग को चलने पड़ेगा। हम लोग तो महान एक भारतवासी है, सबको एक के कट्टर में हम लोग को जाना पड़ेगा। देखो कोई जूता बनाता है, वो मेरा भी फ्रेंड है, अपना फ्रेंड है। अगर अच्छा नहीं बनाएगा तो मैं कैसे मैं शूटिंग करूँगा, अगर कपड़ा अच्छा नहीं होगा तो वो कैसे करूँगा। अरे देखिए हम लोग होटल में अच्छा अच्छा चासी लोग खेती हुई लोग नहीं बनाएगा तो कैसा मेरा बर्डन अच्छा रखेगा। सब मेरा फ्रेंड है, उस किसी का कम नहीं है, ये नहीं वो टीचर है उसका अलग दाम होगा, ये नीचे वाला आदमी सब उसे नहीं है सबके। लेकिन एक की बात है मेरे, जितनी भी ऊंचा आदमी हो, जितनी भी ऊंचा आदमी हो, जब ये विमान में उठेगा कंधे पे, हाँ बड़ा हो छोटा हो जो भी हो, कोई चीज़ लेके नहीं जाएगा, जैसे आया ऐसे जाएगा, सब छोड़ के जाने पड़ेगा। सब दूसरा का चीज़ लेके हम लोग घूम रहे हैं ना। मेरा जो बर्डन है ये बड़ी है, ये भी क्यों माँ कोई डोनेट किया, ये डोनेट वाला है, बड़ी डोनेट वाला है। दुनिया में आया चला जाएगा, कुछ नहीं रहेगा। देखो अपना बच्चा के लिए कम से कम ये मत सोचिए मेरे बच्चे के लिए 10 लाख रुपया मैं दुनिया में छोड़ के जाऊंगा। सुपुत्र होगा तो कर्म करके खाएगा, कुपुत्र होगा करोड़ रुपया नहीं होगा। बच्चा को तुम लोग व्यवसाय सिखाओ, कोई कुछ कर्म सिखाओ, कर्म धर्म होता है। रुपया छोड़ के मत जाइए, इसके भी मजा आएगा जाएगा नहीं तो। आत्मा का तो शांति के लिए सब पूजा पाठ करता है ना, नमाज बंदी करता है ना, आत्मा शांति के लिए। लेकिन आत्मा शांति जब आत्मा को बोलेगा जमराज जब काल में तुम तो स्वर्ग में जाएंगे, खूब खुशी हो जाएगा ना। जो एक के हिसाब नहीं हुआ क्या, दुनिया में तुम 10 लाख रुपया छोड़ के आया ना, बोला हाँ, और आज में वो हिसाब करेगा, काल में तुम चला जाएगा। आत्मा बहुत खुश होगा, जना काल मेरे छुट्टी होगा तो जाएंगे। हिसाब करके देखा 10 लाख रुपया मेरे जो रिश्तेदार था दुनिया में, बेटा बेटी कोई बांटा करके ले लिया, वारिस रुपया लेने के बाद वो रुपया 300 रुपया कोई पाप काम में लगा दिया है। जमराज बोलेगा दुनिया में जो तुम रुपया छोड़ के आया ना उसमें पाप होता है, स्वर्ग में नहीं तुम नरक में घुसो, और पैसा तुम छोड़ के आया पाप करने के लिए। इसीलिए बेटा को कर्म सिखाओ, कर्म धर्म होता है।
That's wonderful, and that's the like idea of Karimul Haq, and that's it. We have had a very wonderful session today, and we learned a lot from Karimul Da. I told you one thing, that after writing this book I have changed I found myself changed, and after reading this book you will also feel the same experience. Thank you everyone, thank you for listening to us so carefully. Thank you.